My friends, let me spin a tale for you, a story of greed, betrayal, and the consequences that follow. Gather close, for this is a tale that will make your heart heavy, and your skin crawl.
In a small village nestled deep within the heart of Nigeria, there lived a family of 6, a father, a mother, and their 4 children, 1 son and 3 daughters. The eldest son, Emeka, was a young man of 25 years, blessed with a sharp mind and an ambitious spirit. However, beneath the surface of his charming smile and polite demeanor, a darkness lurked, a greed that would soon consume him entirely. Emeka had grown weary of the simple life they led, toiling in the fields day after day, with little to show for their efforts. He dreamed of riches, of a life beyond the confines of their humble village, and he was willing to do whatever it took to achieve it. One fateful night, as the moon hung low in the sky, Emeka stumbled upon a gathering of men, their faces obscured by the shadows. They spoke in hushed whispers of a dark ritual, a forbidden practice that promised wealth beyond measure, but at a horrifying price. Blinded by his ambition, Emeka listened intently, his mind already scheming, plotting a way to harness this dark power for his own gain. The men spoke of the need for a sacrifice, a blood offering of the purest kind, the flesh and blood of one's own family. It was a price that would have sent most men recoiling in horror, but Emeka's heart had already hardened, his greed overshadowing any shred of humanity that remained. With a twisted plan forming in his mind, Emeka returned home, his eyes fixed upon his 3 sisters, Adanna, Nneka, and Adama. Their innocence and beauty would be the key to his success, or so he believed. One by one, Emeka seduced his sisters, preying upon their trust and love for their brother. He spun lies and wove intricate tales, convincing them that their intimacy was a sacred bond, a cherished secret between siblings. Adanna, the eldest sister, succumbed first, her naivety and desire to please her brother blinding her to the truth. Nneka followed soon after, and finally, young Adama, the youngest and most trusting of them all. Each encounter was a betrayal of the highest order, a violation of the sacred bonds of family. But Emeka was driven by a single-minded obsession, fueled by the promises of wealth and power that the dark ritual had offered. With his sister's innocence sacrificed upon the altar of his greed, Emeka returned to the gathering of men, his hands stained with the blood of his own kin. He performed the ritual, chanting ancient words and invoking dark forces that should never be summoned. For a brief moment it seemed as though his plan had succeeded. Wealth poured in, riches beyond his wildest dreams materializing before his eyes. Emeka reveled in his newfound fortune, basking in the envy of those around him. But as the months passed, a strange unease settled upon the village. Crops withered in the fields. Livestock fell ill, and a pall of sickness hung over the land like a thick fog. One by one, Emeka's sisters began to waste away, their bodies ravaged by an inexplicable illness. Adanna was the first to succumb, her once vibrant beauty fading into a hollow shell. Nneka followed soon after, her bright eyes dimming with each passing day. Adama, the youngest and most innocent of them all, fought the hardest, her spirit refusing to be extinguished. But even her resilience could not defy the dark forces that had been unleashed. As she lay upon her deathbed, her frail body racked with pain, Adama summoned her brother to her side. With her last remaining strength, she revealed the truth. She had known of his betrayal all along, the horrifying acts he had committed against them. Tears streamed down Emeka's face as the weight of his sins finally crushed him. He had sacrificed everything, his family, his humanity, his very soul, for the pursuit of wealth and power. Adama's final words hung in the air like a curse, a warning of the retribution that would soon follow. Karma will catch up with you, brother. The price you have paid will be returned tenfold, and you will know true suffering. As the last breath left Adama's body, a darkness descended upon Emeka, a darkness that would consume him from within. His wealth turned to ash, his possessions crumbling before his eyes. Madness took hold, and Amika found himself wandering the streets, a beggar in the village he had once sought to leave behind. His mind was a fractured mirror, reflecting the horror of his actions in endless, torturous loops. The villagers shunned him, their eyes filled with disgust and pity for the man who had sacrificed his own blood for the sake of greed. Amika's name became a whispered warning, a cautionary tale of the consequences of unbridled ambition. And so he lived out his days, a hollow shell of a man, his wealth and power long since faded, replaced by the haunting memories of the sisters he had betrayed. Karma, it seemed, had caught up with him, exacting a price far greater than any riches could buy. This tale, my friends, is a reminder that greed is a poison that corrupts the soul, and that the pursuit of wealth at any cost is a path that leads only to ruin. May it serve as a warning, lest you too succumb to the seductive whispers of darkness. I believe you enjoy the story. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and inspiring tales. Goodbye.